Hey, what's going on, guys? Brian from Zombie Guitar here. This video I want to talk about electric versus acoustic guitar. Alright, so this is something I hear a lot from people that are thinking about starting to play the guitar but have not yet started. They wonder if they should get an acoustic guitar or an electric guitar. Alright, now there's a myth going around that you're supposed to start out on an acoustic guitar because it's harder to play an acoustic guitar, because ultimately that's going to build up the strength and skills and techniques and stuff, making your transition over to an electric guitar easier. Okay, I disagree with that, and I'll tell you why. Basically, the way that the guitar works is anything that you learn on an electric guitar can transfer over to the acoustic guitar very easily, but not vice versa. Alright? So I personally started out on an electric guitar, and when I first started I didn't have the finger strength as almost all people that pick up a guitar for the first time. They don't have the basic finger strength to push down the strings hard enough to actually hear a note, okay? So trying to play a chord such as the C chord, I would do something like this. If you're just starting out, you probably know what I'm talking about, okay? So I couldn't push down the strings hard enough. If I tried to just hit one note, it might sound like this. Okay? I went through that phase. We all go through it when we're starting out how to play the guitar. And that was on an electric guitar, okay? But over time, you know, I got used to it. My fingers became more stretchy, or stretchable, or whatever the term is, but my fingers now are much more stretched out, and I have the required finger strength to not only stretch my fingers far enough to play a chord such as that, but also to easily push down the strings and get a nice sounding chord, okay? So, you know, I built up that, you know, basic finger strength, finger stretchability on an electric guitar, and I played nothing but the electric guitar for many years. And then one time I was down the shore and I didn't have a guitar with me and I was really itching to play, so I went out and I bought my first ever acoustic guitar, first acoustic guitar I ever owned, and I really didn't play many acoustics before that. It was pretty much all electric, and I had no problems whatsoever. I could play C chords, I could play my songs. It was a very, very, very easy transition. The strings were a little bit harder to push down. Yes, the strings are a little harder on an acoustic to push down, but not really that much, okay? The hardest part comes from just learning how to do it on any guitar. Once you learn how to make chords actually sound good on any guitar, you're going to find that you can do it on an acoustic guitar or an electric guitar. It doesn't make a difference. So you don't need to start with an acoustic guitar in order to, you know, eventually build up to an electric guitar. If your intention is to play acoustic guitar, if you just want to, you know, go to parties or hang out with your friends and just play a couple songs, strum along, sing some songs, sing some chords, if that's your intention, then yeah, get an acoustic guitar. Nothing wrong with that. But, you know, if you kind of intend to one day maybe play in a band with a drummer and a bass guitar and play punk songs or play metal songs or whatever, ultimately you want to be playing an electric guitar, just start out with an electric guitar, okay? No reason not to. You don't need to start out with an acoustic guitar. The thing is, the reason that the skills don't transfer from an acoustic to an electric quite as easily is because on electric, there's a lot of techniques involved that you don't need to even worry about on an acoustic. One huge one is the concept of noise control, okay? So on an electric guitar, you're playing with distortion a lot, okay? So here's my distortion channel on. Okay, so if I was to just try and strum chords like I was on an acoustic, crap, okay? So it's just you have to figure out how to control your noise when you're playing on an electric guitar, okay? So maybe that could be like a little volume reduction. Okay, there's palm mutes involved in an electric guitar. Okay, and then also on an electric guitar, bends, a lot more common on electric guitar. Acoustic guitar, there's bends too, but in general, I'm just referring to a general term or general uses of the guitar. People generally strum chords on acoustic. You're not really going to hear too much playing that's using a lot of bends. Okay, you're not really going to hear that much of that type of playing on an acoustic guitar with bends. So these are techniques that you're going to pick up from playing an electric guitar, okay? But you're not going to pick them up from playing an acoustic guitar. However, all the basic stuff that you learned on an electric guitar can easily be transferred over to an acoustic guitar once you get one, okay? But not vice versa, as I'm attempting to explain here. All right, so should you get an acoustic guitar or an electric guitar? Like I said, what's your intention? Do you intend to play electric guitar type stuff? Do you want to play Pantera songs? Do you want to play, whatever songs that have electric guitars in it? Do you want to play in a band? Do you want to play lead guitar? Do you want to do solos? Then start out with an electric. Or do you want to just kind of strum some chords and sing along? Then get an acoustic. Whatever. Each one has its function, but just don't get an acoustic thinking that you need to start out on an acoustic, because that is not true. Alright? So that's my opinion on electric versus acoustic and what I think you should get if you're on the fence. So any questions, hit me up. Thanks for watching.